Are you a fan of Bollyfools? Because we're a fan of Fan, and you're about to find out why.
So, Ravi, we've been waiting such a long time for this film. It's finally arrived. We checked it out today. Do you want to talk about the story? Because I think you explained the story way better than I do. So do you want to give us our creative Ravi storytelling ways?
So, imagine you're a superstar actor. Imagine you spend your life touring the world, and it's your birthday, and your biggest fan wants to meet you. But you have millions of fans, millions of biggest fans, and that is Aryan Khanna's life. On the other hand, your biggest fan is Gaurav Janna from Delhi. In Fan, we follow Gaurav Janna as he goes on his mission to meet his idol, Aryan Khanna. But things take a deep, dark twist when it turns out that Aryan Khanna isn't the idol he thought he was.
You've got Aryan Khanna, Shah Rukh Khan, and Gaurav, Shah Rukh Khan. What did you think of this acting?
You know what, and I'm not joking, guys, and we get accused of being Khan lovers or whatever. I don't even know what that means. What I do know is, up until the very end of this film, I couldn't fathom that it was the same actor playing both roles. I thought these are just two different people, literally two different people, because I have to say his performance was stunning as both Gaurav and, quite frankly, himself. That's what he was playing. But it was remarkable how there's a point in the movie, no real spoiler, but where he has to transition between the two roles quite quickly, and he does it flawlessly, and he does it to the point where it remains as if it was two separate individuals playing two separate roles, and in fact it was just Shah Rukh Khan, and I thought it was stunning.
Yeah, we've always said this. The mark of a good actor is when you see him on screen and it just doesn't come across as that person. That character, the actor, has stepped into the shoes of, in this case, Aryan Khanna and Gaurav. I couldn't see Shah Rukh Khan in the mix of any of this.
And the story itself is an interesting one, right? Because we'll be honest, guys, like the whole celeb fandom, kind of celeb obsession, I don't really get it. I know you don't really get it, but we've seen it, right? The way that people go crazy over actors like Shah Rukh Khan, like Salman Khan, the way that people go crazy over like Vijay and Ajit, it's never quite clicked for me, like why you would pick one guy over another, or why you would get that close and that obsessed with a particular actor. But in this, you really explored the psychology of Gaurav as this like celeb obsessed, actor obsessed, idolizing person. And as scary as it is, I can believe, because of the way it was portrayed and because of the way the narrative was driven, I can believe that type of person exists.
Yeah, it's crazy, because when you talk about the psychology of someone being an ultimate fan, I mean, going back in time, I was a massive Jackie Chan fan, but I wouldn't go nowhere near to the extent that obviously our character Gaurav did. But when we break it down, it's mad, because on the way back from the cinema, me and Ravi were talking about whose side would you take, because equally both characters are really interestingly balanced. Would you take the side of Aryan Khanna? Would you take the side of Gaurav? Bizarrely, you feel like you're taking a bit of each one of those characters away with you. And Shah Rukh Khan did an awesome job delivering both of those characters. And you know what? I was really, really surprised through this, because I thought to myself, we're going to see a break. We're going to see Shah Rukh Khan coming out as Shah Rukh Khan. But as we said, it didn't feel like it at no point.
So this film it really is a film of two halves. The first half, we both found ourselves coming out during the intermission saying, this is incredibly tight. They don't have any kind of flesh or fat around the bones, because it's that clean. And we were worried, we were scared that the second half was going to go off on a tangent. Now, we'll be honest guys, this is a psychological thriller, and it does explore some action scenes which in the end are probably unnecessary, but we understand why they were in the film. But at no point does this deviate, it doesn't go off on tangents.
Well, let's talk about Manish Sharma's directing. I was captivated, I was blown up, I felt that he directed Shah Rukh Khan amazingly. The action team, the CGI team that they brought on board was equally on par with exactly what, as far as I'm concerned, what Manish's vision was for this film.
I think, you know, what you had was, you needed a director that was willing to let the characters develop rather than actually forcing anything, and that was one of the great things about the way this film unraveled, is nothing felt particularly forced, even at some quite pivotal moments where you ran the risk, and other directors may have run the risk of pushing it too far. You pushed it and pushed it and pushed it, but not so far that it broke the world that the film was set in. And I think ultimately that's what it comes down to. Fan builds this world, this massive world actually, because it's set across multiple locations, and it builds it around two core characters and two core stories that collide, and then it lets you enjoy what those characters experience, and that's what Manish did really well. He just pulled everything else away so that could happen.
There was a number of scenes, no spoilers guys, but this is in the trailer, when Shah Rukh Khan meets Warif for the first time, and he relates the message, "You are not my fan."
Listen to me carefully. जो तुमने किया है, वो गलत है. मैंने इतना कुछ किया आपके लिए और तुम होते कौन हो मेरे लिए कुछ भी करने वाले?
I was so friggin' moved by that. I thought to myself, what the hell is going to happen? And then from there onwards, what a transformation that takes place. That was equally insane for me. I think to myself, you know what, this director did an amazing job executing this film, and obviously Shah Rukh Khan.
So guys, look, you know, clearly we liked it, right? That's easy to see. And, you know, there is the obvious idea that, you know, we liked it because it was Shah Rukh Khan. Actually, in this instance, to your point earlier, it kind of disappeared into the movie. This is a really tight psychological thriller. It's not traditional Bollywood. It chips away all of the excessive dancing, musical stuff. None of that's in there. This gives you a psychological thriller. It lets an actor do his job at the very peak of his abilities, and it brings a director in to bring a world around it that actually fulfills you as an audience, as a viewer, and fulfills the screenplay. And that's just how I felt. How did you feel?
You know, equally to what you said about, I just want to touch upon that. You guys do know that me personally, I like Shah Rukh Khan, but if the film was rubbish, I would say that it's a crap film. If the
Dilwale.
I didn't say, actually hold up. I did not say Dilwale was a good film. I said it was an okay film. I said do check it out, give us your opinion. But anyway, we're not just going to talk about Dilwale. Yes, the action is over the top. Yes, it does drag on slightly. I think about 10 minutes could have been chipped away from it. But it is a crazy action adventure that does not stop. Even at the very end, when you're walking away from the film, you're left asking certain questions. And as far as I'm concerned, that is the mark of a great movie, one that you take away with you after viewing it.
Yeah, really, really good guys. It's worth checking out. Start from the very beginning. There seems to be this thing where people turn up 10 minutes after the film started. Don't know why, but it's worth being there before it starts because the first 10 minutes are great. And go all the way through to the very end, because there is a very emotional and fulfilling ending to this film, even into the credits. And that's all we'll say about that.
Right, well guys, let us know, have you seen it? Please put it down in the comment section. If you didn't like it or did like it, we want to hear from you. And if you haven't seen it yet, let us know. Are you excited for it? I'm going to leave you to it. It's your boy Salem.
Ravi.
Peace out.
Take care.